Hello, you beautiful people. Welcome to another episode of the Roaring Agents podcast. This video is going to be a little bit different than the podcast because I'm still figuring out some technical things, but I'm essentially going to get the gist across. So if you want to get want to hear a different version, check out the podcast. You can find that anywhere. It's Roaring Agents. You can find the website roaringagents.com where I have all my training. I have free PDFs. Everything's for free, but I've got 43 lessons on there. I've got the top 15 things that agents hear and several ways to handle those different questions. So check out roaringagents.com. I've also got mikecandoit.com where I've put a lot of my thoughts and some other things before I created Roaring Agents. And the last one is soyouwannabearealestateagent.com. And that is for new agents to kind of see what is out there and what is going on in the real estate world, the cost, just some of those things that they aren't going to expect. And I'm actually loading that right now so I can, there's one thing I want to talk on there about, which I have on there, is how much it costs to become an agent. So on this video, what I want to talk about is the part-time agent trap. So first of all, a lot of people in general get into this business and they don't really understand the costs. And those costs can really add up. And just some of those costs are your licensing, which can cost $150 to $800. Your test is $75 to $150. You have background check, fingerprinting, your state license. At least in Oregon, it's $230. If you're going to join a realtor association fee, Realtor, some people get all in a bind about pronouncing that. That costs $700. It's prorated, so I'm recording this on November 10th. So you wouldn't pay the full amount. It's still a lot, and then you're going to have to pay it again at the beginning of the year. You have your local MLS fee. Some brokerages have a tech fee that's anywhere from $35 to $125. You got to get business cards and headshots, and this is even before you take a listing or get flyers and all that. So most people say expect to spend about $2,000. And then it takes you month, 6 months, a year to get your first deal. So that's just real estate in general. Let's talk about the part-time agent. The part-time agent has an extra obstacles in front of them. They most likely have a obstacle with money. If you have to have your other job, that means your resources are not enough that you can just walk into this full time. So that's already a hindrance. Time. If you have a job where you're locked in on a schedule, it becomes really problematic to go and show homes, especially in this market where things are so tight. If you wait a day, you may have lost a house. The days on market in my area just came out, and I think it's 35 days. Normally for this time of year, it's 57. And if it's 38, that means that's for crappy homes that were overpriced. Most of our homes are going within a weekend if they're priced well and they're a good home. So if you don't have that flexibility of time, you're going to have a lot of trouble facilitating a transaction with your clients. Now, forget the transaction side. You've also got to learn. Getting into this business, there's so much to learn. There is almost nothing in your testing that teaches you how to be an agent. It teaches you laws and rules and things that'll get you sued, and those are all things that are important. I'm a principal broker. I care about you not getting in trouble, but it doesn't teach you how to get business. It doesn't teach you about the contract, how to fill it out. Those are all things you need to do. So normally as a full-time agent, you walk into this, you have all this time. So the time that you'd normally be looking at homes, showing clients and doing these things, you're spending time learning the contracts, learning the market, and doing all that. So then once you start to get some clients, that learning stuff kind of fades away, and then you have this, you just go on and do that. But if you're working 20, 30, 40, 50 hours and trying to get into real estate, that's just an obstacle. And then there's the resources also as networking, finding those people you need, finding the inspector, finding the handyman, finding the plumber, understanding title, understanding a lender. There's so much to do, and part-time agents just don't have that ability to go do those things. And so part-time agents kind of get a bad rap because they're not available, because they're not as well learned. If you're only doing 1 to 3 deals a year, then you're not necessarily having the activity that's keeping all this fresh in your mind. And, on our team, we had an agent who did 20 plus deals a year, but he went through a little period of time where he had 2.5 months where he didn't write up an offer. And the first time he wrote up an offer, he's like, man, I kind of forgot some of this. So doing that kind of business, just having that much time off, it makes you rusty. As a part-time agent, this is what makes other agents nervous. Teams don't usually look for part-time agents. So you have some things against you. Now, as a full-time agent, what I often tell people that their first year in real estate, don't expect a lot of business from your sphere, because they knew yesterday you weren't doing this, unfortunately. And if they know that you were a manager at Nordstrom's, or you were at Jiffy Lube, or you were just straight out of college, whatever, they know you weren't doing this the day before. It's actually easier to convert people who don't know you and explain to them and get them to work with you. Your friends and family love you, but they're like, we know you weren't doing this yesterday, and I don't know if this is what I want to trust you with. So if you're a part-time agent and they know that, it's even harder to give you that business. So these are some of the obstacles that I think just a part-time agent has. Now, I'm giving you all the things that are hard about being a part-time agent. And the truth is, in general, real estate agents fail within their first 2 years, 85%. It's a lot like restaurants. This is a hard business. Most people come in undercapitalized. But I've come up with what I think is possibly a solution. At the moment, it's a theory. I have not put this into practice, but what my goal to do and what I think will help is I'm trying to create part-time agent alliances, is what I'm calling it. I want to find 5 to 7 agents to put them in a group where they can work as a unit. I don't think it works necessarily as well to grab in some full-time and throw in some part-time, because what I've seen on my time on a team, talking to other people, is that the full-time agents don't necessarily understand that part-time agent life. They don't understand the reason that the agent is part-time. And so they want to go, and they don't feel it's even. Now, the reason that you're a part-time agent, there's 2 reasons. One is you just want to do a few deals a year, and you want to pay for your vacation to Greece. You want to build up your kids' college fund. You want to remodel a home or do something else. You want to build up funds. The other one is you want to move from part-time to go to full-time. And both are fine. I think what needs to happen is there needs to be support. So the idea of this part-time agent alliance is get 5 to 7 people who are all part-time, who understand that they don't have that full-time available, and that people will kind of fit in and fill the blanks of where they're not available, because it's hard when someone wants to see a house today. Or if you are someone who always works weekends, you can't do open houses and your seller is just really pushing you. You want to make sure you keep the listing, so you want to do the open houses. So if we can get the right 5 to 7 people to support each other, to fill in the blanks, and what happens is you all will get more experience. If you all do the 3 to 5, 6 deals and you guys are all helping each other, you're going to build off those experiences. And my idea of this part-time agent alliance is that it's basically a mini team of people who completely understand each other's situation, and they're going to want to help each other. With this team, I get to be the person that mentors and holds the group together, who brings people together into the team, because as a part-time agent, you don't have time to go find other people. That's what my job would be. And also to give resources like the lock boxes, figuring out signs, figuring out open house signs, some of those upfront costs that are going to maybe be a little bit hard. That's something that I'm trying to figure out and see how that works. So understand you've got a hard road ahead of you as your part-time agent. And I think, you can go and create this yourself. But what I'm seeing is it's hard. It's already hard to do real estate. It's going to be hard to put this together. So if you are interested in doing a part-time agent alliance, if this is something that interests you, email me at mike@mikecandoit.com or message me on Instagram, Mike Can Do It. And let's see if this is something that works. Let's get a group together and test out, because it's just a theory at this point. But it makes so much sense to me, and I think it would help a lot of part-time agents make it to full-time. And I think it would stop the failure rate, and it would make the part-time agents, it would fill up that gap of that knowledge and support that they will not get normally from a brokerage or a team. I've seen a lot of brokerages who just will not give that much time to part-time agents, especially if it looks like they're not going to be doing anything soon. They want to give their time to those big producers who bring in the business. So that's kind of my pitch. Let me know what you think. I'd love to hear back from you. All right, go have a great day.